In 2009, we approached Seattle Parks and Recreation Department about the possibility of creating an exhibit of outdoor sculpture in an urban forest in Seattle, a 200-acre urban forest that you can walk through trails and visit different sculptural settings. We're seeing all different kinds of people interested in an exhibition like this, not just artists. We're seeing cartographers, earth scientists, geologists, riparian habitat specialists, and other kinds of people from humanities and sciences attracted to participate in these kinds of exhibitions. Here's a map of the Carkeek Park exhibit in 2011. You'll see that we've placed clusters of artworks throughout the park so that the visitor will encounter artworks and then walk into nature for periods of up to 10 to 15 minutes without the presence of art. This is deliberate so that people can think about the connections between the environmental art movement and nature itself. Now, a lot of these pieces in the Heaven and Earth exhibit orbit a sense of place. Now, a sense of place has always been very important to the Pacific Northwest, and the people who participate in this exhibition likewise really focus on a sense of place. Because it's a temporary exhibit occurring in a natural setting, an urban forest, a lot of the artists take specific pains to make their work site-specific, which means that they focus on land use history, they focus on cultural history of the park itself. Now here, I'm standing beneath an artwork by Matthew Babcock, who is a landscape architect, and his piece brings out the sense of place where we're standing in terms of time. A lot of the pieces in the exhibit, especially Matt's, focus on this sense of time in place. So another example of how, for example, a historian might participate in this kind of interdisciplinary exhibit would be that they would research some land use history in Carkeek Park. It turns out that in the 1920s, for example, there was a brick factory down in one section of the park near Puget Sound where they could draw the boats back in and load the product onto barges and ship them where they needed to. And still to this day, if you dig in the ground on that site, you'll find brick fragments. So what an artist using history might do, or a historian using art might do, would be to create something that draws attention to that past dimension, that cultural history that is hard to see if you're just walking through the park walking your dog. What a historian might do, working with an artist, again, exploring an interdisciplinary new form of environmental art, might be to excavate some of the brick fragments, might be to create an object out of those artifacts. It might be to draw a map of where the old brick factory existed on the ground and outline it with a highly visible tape or line that would then immediately convey to a casual visitor that there used to be something else there on the spot. So you can see again that these kinds of new environmental exhibits are not just attractive to sculptors or painters. They're really a new movement that's attracting interdisciplinary interest across the board. And that's what's so exciting about it.